Hey, happy Monday once again. How did it get to be Monday already? I don't know how that happens. Uh, but we are going to be premiering the video that Brian put together of Rainy Harbor, and thought I would tell you a little bit about the story that went behind it. Let me show you. So I recorded it on this instrument. This is my Mike Doolin harp guitar. See if you can see the whole thing here. So this is a 20-string harp guitar, and I had written it on the carbon fiber guitar. Let me grab that just a second. This is what we had on the sailboat. That's the Emerald harp guitar, and so this is impervious to the rain because we had a light rain on the deck. We were anchored. Brian, where was that?
Monhegan, I believe.
Monhegan, just by Monhegan Island in Maine, Penobscot Bay, and there was this rain that was just falling on the deck, and it made not only rhythms but actual different pitches as the raindrops hit different parts of the deck. And so I ran up with this instrument onto the deck and tried to capture the sound. And being carbon fiber, it can withstand the humidity and doubles as a flotation device on board, of course. But then with the Doolin, I thought this would be a nice sound to record it on. And I also have the super trebles on there. So in addition to the nylon strings here, I have the set of super trebles. But when I was recording it, both of my hands were occupied, and I wasn't able to play the super trebles at the same time. So I double track that. So that's another track. So it's all solo harp guitars. At the very end, there's some super trebles that I won't be able to get in. Well, maybe I can. Brian, can you play the super treble part?
I don't know. What's it worth to you?
Okay, for a price, Brian will pay.
I didn't say
will play the.
Well, I guess sort of I did.
He kind of said that he'll play his part as I go. So let me play it for you live first, and then at the end. So hang on. We've got a hard finish for this show in exactly a half hour. We're going to bump over to the YouTube page. I think I've got it linked there, and we'll see Brian's reenactment of this little rain shower and the full recording. Let's say some hellos. Bunny is here, and yes, Bunny, it was because this was your favorite on the album. That's why we are debuting it today. So this is from the Sailing Dreams album, and I just talked to Bunny too. She's going to be guesting at 2 of my upcoming shows in Pennsylvania.
Marlene Martinez is here.
Oh, Marlene says hey. Any greetings, Brian, over there?
I'm reading them off to you.
Yeah, and Tom Hankinson says hi.
Yes, Tom. Bob McGlinchey from Cape Ann.
Hey, Bob, and yep.
Amy Farabee.
Hello, Amy, and Balsam Walker.
Francis Rasmussen.
And he's really liking Sailing Dreams. Thank you, thank you. I just dropped off a copy of the Sailing Dreams game that goes with the CD at Glaser Instruments. That's where I get my instruments repaired on a regular basis. It seems to be always something.
Francis from Savannah.
Francis from Savannah. Oh. Hello, I would love to go back and visit Savannah. I was just talking to a friend there.
How is Savannah surviving the spring breakers? I hear not so well.
Oh.
I hear they're a little rough down there.
Is it? Yeah.
On the beaches. Anyway.
On the beaches. So there's some big waves happening up.
Well, some spring breakers were causing the ruckus, or did.
Okay, and I just got my one of my instruments tweaked there. The Tierra Negra guitar that I'm going to be playing tomorrow in Knoxville. So if you're in the Knoxville area, please do stop by. I'm doing a house concert, and then I just talked to Mike today there. There are still a few seats left, so if you'd like to come and join me in Knoxville, come by tomorrow. And the following day, there is a radio show that you can attend live in Knoxville, or just tune in And that should be on my website, the link. And it's, I think, noon Eastern time. All right, are you ready to
Yeah,
give,
go ahead.
give this a try? Okay, and then we'll give the rest of our hellos after. So it was really cool to try to capture that melody. And I said, oh yeah, that's what it was doing. And it even made, chords. And I think it was something like this. So it started like this. Thank you. That was Brian's hand. Here, Brian, come over into the camera view a little bit. So Captain Brian here, and it was his birthday last week, and yeah, we if you caught that, it was rather silly. We all sang "When I'm 64."
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And it made me remember, when I was little, quite young actually. I had run into a neighbor, and my mother asked me, well, how old was this neighbor? And and I was too young to really know ages, and so I just said, oh, middle age. And she looked at me and said, what is middle age? And I knew my grandparents were about 60, so I figured by definition that's old. And then being a bright kid, I figured that, all right, so I will deduce then that middle age must be half of old, which is 30. And so I said 30, and my mother burst out laughing. I think that was the wrong answer.
Yes, it was.
So I've been embarrassed ever since about that. I was wrong on that. That's right. But we have a bunch of comments coming in. People liked it, Rainy Harbor. And it's the simplest tune on the entire album, and just solo harp guitar. But go ahead.
Well, David says I should pick up my check at the end of the show.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, David.
Yep. And Judy's loving Brian's magic fingers there. Yay, Brian! Okay, that's right. And birthday wishes to you.
I'll add it to my resume.
Yes, that's right. This is his long resume.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all the way from Kobe, Japan, Tomohiro.
Wow.
Is saying hi. And yeah.
When are we going there?
Oh, I would love to tour Japan again. You know,
The dollar's very high against the yen. Let's go.
all right. Okay. All right. That's up to you. Let's see. Is there anyone else chiming in from Japan? So Tomohiro, it's up to you. Find me a little show in Japan. Anything, a workshop, whatever. I'll come. Yeah. People ask me what's my favorite place to tour, and I always say Japan. You know. I just love the culture, and there's such an appreciation for the arts there. It's really beautiful and refreshing, and like the food too. And Tomohiro says happy birthday to you as well. He's
Thank you.
coming back. Okay, this is up to you now, whether we tour Japan or not. Okay, good.
That's a lot of burden on the poor guy.
And oh yeah, we have a
I think you
question.
should play him a song again.
Oh gee.
It's a lot of chatting. You should play him a song.
Okay, I should play him a song. Okay,
I'll get
here's.
out of the way.
Let's see if we can play something for Tomohiro. Well, I don't know how far I can get on this, and I've never played it on harp guitar, so maybe I'll just play part of it, and it'll kind of fizzle out in the middle of it. But this is for you.
she's fearless. She hasn't played that in a long time.
It has been a long time since I played it. Wow,
Fearless.
it pretty much all came back. Although I realized I didn't have my sub basses nor super trebles tuned to the right notes, so I couldn't add the extra parts, spontaneously. So, oh, that's right, cherry blossom. You got it, sakura. And so it kind of sounds neat on the harp guitar with just the resonating sound of these sympathetic vibrations of the extra strings. It's kind of gives it a little different aura, a little different sound to it. And let's see, we're asking for a rain stick to be added to that. Okay, cool. And oh, thank you for the compliment on the tremolo. I wasn't even sure if my fingers would do it because it's actually quite cold in here. It's all of a sudden the sun went down, and it's just this early spring thing. You get nice and sunny during the day, and then all of a sudden it's cold. The house is not caught up yet, so we have a fire in the fireplace. And let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what I'm going to make for dinner today. Well, first let me see if there's anything else. Yes, I do like sushi. All right. More about that later. And I'll show you what I'm going to be making for dinner. It's not Japanese, but I'm going to be cooking this. Anyone recognize what this is? Okay, it's all right. Text it in if you know what this is. All right. Oh, Tom is having sushi.
Oh.
Okay. So, all right. Here is nobody has come. It's not chamomile. That's a very good. It does look a lot like chamomile, doesn't it? It must be a relative of chamomile. And we plan to grow some in our garden this year, make some tea. And we also planted nasturtiums today. Nasturtiums are quite edible. They're lovely in salad as well. But I'm also putting some of this in my salad. That'll be question number 2. So we asked our yard guys to wait until all the wildflowers bloomed before cutting the yard. So it's all nice and trim now, but it's never been treated, to my knowledge. And so we have very little grass, but lots of other wonderful plants, including this, which is, let me see if anyone's gotten it yet. Chamomile was very close. He's got some in his yard, and he's David's offering that I can pull some and take some as well. These are called fleabane, and they look like little daisies. And they are all over everywhere. But if you can find a place that's not treated, you don't want any chemicals on there, and wash them well, the leaves taste like spinach. So you just boil them until all the weedy flavor goes away, and put some butter on them, and they are quite nutritious and delicious. And then for the salad, I'm making this. Anyone know what this is? So it's gone to seed now. So it's the end of its season. It's the type of little weeds that shoot seeds up about 3 feet up in the air, and they I think it's called bittercress. And the little leaves are filled with micronutrients, and they are good in salad. They taste like arugula. So, I had discovered all this stuff at Victor Wooten's Basin Nature Camp, that almost everything that's growing in your yard is either edible or medicinal, except for grass. It's the only thing you can't do anything with. So, there we go. So, our great dinner plans, and we'll have a little steak with that maybe too. All right, so, and we've got some folks texting in, giving greetings as well. So I have one more thing I wanted to share with you before we all go over to that YouTube channel. Let's see if everyone has that link. If you don't have it, it should be on my on my website on that first post. Oh, Queen Anne's lace. Queen Anne's lace is wild carrot, actually, and I would have to look that up to find out if if you can eat the roots just like carrots. And but Queen Anne's lace is beautiful. That was my favorite flower when I was a kid. I would love to pick that and find that little purple blossom right in the middle. But yeah, what we do for fun and excitement here, right? But yes, Victor Wooten is amazing as a bass player and a person. And if you ever get a chance to go to his music and nature camp, he's now doing some bass and nature and some with all instruments, music and nature camp. Yeah, that's where I found out about all this cool stuff. And hey, to Clark Ellis, I wanted to invite you, if you want to drive to Knoxville, come to Knoxville tomorrow. Come join us there. I was going to give you a call today and invite you to, it's a little bit of a drive, I know, from East Tennessee, but it'll be fun. So hope you can make it. And let's see, I have one other, let's see, and Marty gives greetings, and yes, I love nasturtiums. Those are beautiful in your garden, and they have a nice peppery taste in your salads. So, all right. And but yes, I have nothing against eating animals that eat grass. I think they're quite delicious. So, and we have that. Okay. All right, we're getting some nice comments about Vic Wooten and his all the projects he's done. It's been pretty amazing. He's got a book also called The Music Lesson. That's definitely worth getting. So I wanted to share a moment from you. We had, somebody who had asked for superstition, and I wanted to share my original inspiration for this. That was listening to Pete Huttlinger play this on stage at the All-Star Guitar Night in 2009, I believe it was. And he tells the whole story and everything. So I'll send you out with this, and then we will reconvene right at 6:30 Central Time to watch the Rainy Harbor debut there with the visuals. Okay, here's Pete.
So, I'm in Dallas. No, where was I? I was in El Paso about a year and a half ago. I'm doing a gig, and at some point in the gig, I play a bunch of Stevie Wonder tunes. Guy from the audience says, "Hey man, play Superstition." I said, "Oh, no. You can't do Superstition on solo guitar." He says, "Why not?" I said, "Well, it's too hard. You got all these different lines." So you got the clavinet line. I said, which is pretty awesome in itself. I said, but then you got the melody. I said, doing the two of those together, that'd be a pretty cool thing, but that's just too hard. I said, and you couldn't do the tune without the horn line. So I said, I appreciate you asking, but you just can't do all that. He goes, "Oh, okay, sorry, go on with your shows." I said, "Okay." So later on at the end of the night, I'm walking out the door, I have a friend with me, and my friend says, "So, you gonna do it?" And I said, "Oh, yeah."
Oh yeah, that was Pete Huttlinger. That was back when we were doing the big all-star guitar nights there. I'd rented the Ryman Auditorium and I had a full house. Boy, it was a big project, I tell you. If anyone is interested in helping to produce these shows again, that we're on a little bit of a hiatus as TrueFire was doing my productions on that. They did just a great job with productions, but they got very busy doing the TrueFire channels and all the teaching websites. And I still have my teaching channel up there with TrueFire, and great people, great to work with. But they got too busy to do it. So still, if we want to do it again, we need some help with production. So if you know anyone who's interested in putting on a big show, let me know. I think I'm not at the point to do it all myself again. But wasn't Pete great? Gee, we lost Pete some years ago. He had a congenital heart condition. His heart was actually wired backwards. It was amazing that he was able to live and have a career and for so long as he did. He was on a heart pump at that time, I believe, and he showed me that he actually didn't have a pulse. The heart pump kept it going regularly. So only guitarist I knew who didn't have a pulse. It was really something. But yeah, we really miss Pete. Just a great guy and wonderful player. So I think we have some other comments coming in. So great to see that. Yeah. And yeah, do check out Pete Huttlinger some more. He's got some great stuff. He recorded, like he said, a bunch of Stevie Wonder tunes. And it was at that moment that you saw, I was sitting on the stage watching him. I said, this is impossible. And so I had to have him show me it. So, and I do it a little differently. I don't do all the bells and whistles that he does, and do a couple different things on it as well. So we all kind of make it our own as we go. But here we are. We are up to the point. Let's all go over right now to the YouTube channel. I think Brian posted a link there in the chat, and there's also one underneath. So catch you there. Bye. See you in just a minute on my YouTube channel here.